past 23. Elena, we have some wet weather in the forecast in Tehachapi. Yes, some flurries, it looks like.
Yeah, they had some earlier this morning, and it's stuck. A little bit of it is melting, but we say melting because they're technically just now getting to the freezing mark. With those wind chills, it actually feels like it's still below freezing. So don't expect to go outside and enjoy this sunshine that's peeking through the clouds at certain times. But there is less snow on the ground than we saw at sunrise this morning. Frazier Park, beautiful sunshine. Again, that's causing just a little bit of melting. You see how the trees here are kind of wet and glistening. Out over Pine Mountain Club, same thing, but still plenty of snow up there sticking to the rooftops. Out over Breckenridge, I love this camera because you can see this is looking off to the west, and we have those clouds banked up against the foothills. We still have some snow clinging to the trees and here on the lens, but it's starting to kind of melt and slide down the screen. This was a picture from earlier this morning out of the Lake Isabella area. This is from BECCA, and she took this where you can perfectly see that snow line, not getting all the way down into Isabella, but the mountains around you had some. Here's the Valley Children's Hospital to our north that's pushing those clouds our way. So here on the roof camera, we're seeing them still come through. Again, plenty of sunshine, but not a warm day ahead for us. As the clouds are banked up against the mountains, done for the precipitation today. That means both rain and snow. And so as the wind comes through, it's going to continue to push those clouds up. We're going to see the beautiful cumulus clouds coming through Bakersfield, but with that comes a lot of wind. And this is all on the backside of this low. So as it wraps around, it draws in that really cold Pacific air. And that's why we're still only at freezing in Tehachapi, 33 in Frazier Park. 50s here on the valley floor is a little bit better, but Grapevine still only at 47. And we have some 40s down into our mountains, or our deserts, excuse me, because the winds from the mountains are riding down. So again, you saw Tehachapi is at freezing, technically 32, but when you factor in the wind, it's only 21 degrees for the wind chill factor, what it actually feels like up there. Because those winds are sustained at 22 miles an hour down into Mojave, 37 miles an hour. The gusts are just about as fast for Mojave, gusting to 18 miles an hour at the base of the Grapevine. Enough to toss around some higher profile vehicles, not enough to topple them, which is good news because we had a high wind warning earlier this morning, and there's still one down to the south. So if you're heading to Los Angeles area, I want you to take it easy. But for our area, it's been updated to a wind advisory, and that's just until noon. We're going to see the winds dying down after that, and the futurecast shows you that. Wind speeds in the teens sustained, and then kind of backing off as the night goes on. But here's what's interesting. In the overnight hours, heading into just after sunrise tomorrow, see how there's still a little bit of wind out there? I think that's going to stir up any fog that's trying to form. So I'm not really calling for fog chances tomorrow. Definitely not calling for rain. That's done. Not really calling for fog chances tomorrow, but I think it could be happening on Wednesday. We'll talk about that in your 7-day. For today, we're just concentrating on highs in the 50s here on the valley floor, about 10 degrees below average. Briefly at 50 in Isabella really means much of your day is spent in the 40s, like Glenville and Kernville. 30s for your high in Tehachapi and Frazier Park, if you can even get there. It's just going to be a chilly day. It'll feel like it's in the 20s all day. Down into our deserts, we're seeing 50s because, again, that cold wind is coming down to them. So here we are at 55 today. Still some clouds, slow to clear out tomorrow, but we're going to see plenty more sunshine. That's going to take us up to 60. And then by Wednesday, we'll see if we get those fog chances. It's one of those you have to wait hour by hour, and Colin is always so great at checking in on that in the overnight hours. We have this really cool fog futurecast map that he built that can show you when fog is developing, but you have to be much closer to the event. Right now, it's like, oh, it's going to be clear and great. Well, yeah, it seems like it, but the conditions could definitely change. I ran out of time, got excited about the fog. We'll show you your mountain 7 days in a few minutes.
I love it. Your forecasts are so detailed, in-depth, and girl,
I geek out.
Yeah. It's awesome, though.
Thank
we
you.
love it. All right, thanks, Elena. It's still to come, holiday spirit. It's that time of year.